Welcome everyone, we are live. We are playing some Saskia Wild Pair today, and today's deck list comes to us from Patreon supporter EK. I've gone ahead and kept an opening hand that looks like this. It's got Wild Pair in the opener, so we don't have to dig for it. A little risky on the lands though, Mana Crypt and a single land, but we do have 3 visits, and I'll probably Vampiric Tutor for a land. It's now coming to our first turn, so get through Champ's turn right here. We draw Luminous Broodmoth, which is not a land, sadly, but we'll play the Mana Confluence, play this Mana Crypt, play this 3 visits. What do we need? Saskia is 4 colors, that's a thing. I guess we'll want, well, Vampiric Tutor can get something that makes black. Broodmoth is double white. Maybe we get... Can we get red-white with this? We cannot. I think I'm going to start working toward the double white, so we'll get a Temple Garden tapped. And we'll pass like that. Figure out, we're going to set a stop, figure out something to do with this Vampiric Tutor just to make sure it gets us into more lands. I'm going to take a peek at the deck list. Set a stop. Quite a greedy hand if you ever saw one. Yeah, I know, but it's got the namesake card in it, so we just like have to keep it. And then just figure out how to make it work. There's some card draw in the deck, so that's probably the plan with the Vampiric Tutor. Let's take a peek at the list real quick. We got something that looks like this. Phyrexian Arena, although double black on the arena is a thing. What can get us? Is there like an Oracle of Moldiah or something? So this is the everything in this deck is gonna have a total of 7 power and toughness, which is really fun. This is based off of Jim from Spike Feeder's list, but EK did his own little take on it, changed out some of the creatures, and just made a few little modifications to his own liking. So that's what we're playing today. Let's take a peek back here. I think they're waiting on us. That's EK. Okay. No Triome in the deck list? Apparently not. Miri's Guile for opponent. Maybe Noxious on top. Ooh, we could Noxious on top. That's a thing. And then just 3 visits again. That's not the worst thing I've ever heard. We missed the land per turn though, so I think that's tricky because like if we go for one of the black draw spells, then we don't necessarily have the second black to cast it, so that's a thing. Is there like a cultivate? A cultivate would do. There is a cultivate in the deck. Yeah, let's just get a cultivate, right? That's exactly the card we need right now. So let's do that, because that gets us that'll get us the land per turn, and that'll get us the ramped land also. And then maybe we Noxious Revival the Cultivate after that. That's what I'm thinking. Mana Crypt on the stack. We'll use the Vampiric Tutor right here. Get ourselves a Kodama's Reach. Go, heads. Lost the flip. Losing some. Woo! Down to 33. It's turn 2. Ouch. That's some life loss. Hopefully there's some lifelink in the deck. Play the Kodama's Reach. Yeah, let's get a black man. Ooh, what do we need? We still need double white. Although I guess that one makes any color. Let's get a swamp. We definitely want that. Let's get we want the double green yet? Ooh. Let's get a mountain. Let's get the colors that are harder to find, I think. I think that's where I want to be. Do that. Play the land per turn. And we will pass like that. We have ramped. We have ramped. Oh no, it's the Wheel of Fortune. Oh god. How do we not get crushed here? Ooh. Well, I guess that doesn't actually do anything. Let that resolve. Well, what other ways do we have to get this wild pair out of the graveyard? Let us find out. Because if we put the Vampiric Tutor back on top, then we can find the thing that gets that back. But what's this do? Enters the battlefield, you may return target creature or enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. Perfect. Anything else? Anything more efficient than that? Not that I am seeing, unless I'm missing something. Yeah, I think it's going to be that guy. Do we have black mana? We don't have black mana. Not going to be that. Okay. That being the case, then, let's just put the Noxious Revival. Use a Noxious Revival, put a Kodama's Reach back on top. Pay the Phyrexian mana. Wheel of Fortune. That's a lot of land. Fortunately, I did put a backup in this deck. So I was looking at the deck right before we started. I made one change, which is I've added this Sunbirds Invocation, which will do a really good impression of Wild Pair. So I've added that as a backup for something like this happening. And luckily we've got that at our disposal now. Shared Animosity for opponent. What are our opponents even playing? Let's take a look at that. Oh, it's a wort. We got some Gruul. We got a lot of red. A lot of red at the table. Vampire Tutor, then Revival Revamp. Yeah, we could have done that, actually. How's my day? Not too bad. Not too bad. It's fine. I had to go to the doctor today. I had to get my finger looked at. I hurt it like 6 months ago, and it's still hurting. So that took a lot. That took a lot of time out of the day. My doctor is like on the other side of town. I haven't switched doctors since I moved, so you know, it's like a 30-minute drive down there and a 30-minute drive back, and plus the time that I was there. So was hoping to get more filming done today, but you know, decided it was time to finally deal with that. So that's where we are. And now we're playing this sweet Saskia deck. That's pretty much been my day, although I did exercise because apparently I gained 15 more pounds. Oops. We all agreed to gain 15 pounds during the virus, right? Mana Crypt, back to our turn. Lost the flip, losing more life. Ouch. There's a Shalai. That's great protection. You planeswalkers you control and other creatures you control. Doesn't protect our enchantments at all. What are we doing right here? We're on 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. We can be on 7 when we play a thing. 7 means Kodama's plus Saskia, I think. So let's get Saskia. Which one of these decks makes me the most nervous? Probably the Wort. Then let's play Z4. Actually, do we have 2 basics? We do have 2 basics, so we can play the Cinderglade. Always get nervous with that. I always feel like one day it's just not going to come in untapped the way it's supposed to. And then we'll play this Kodama's Reach. And ramp again! Let's get a forest. Let's get a plains. Yeah, let's get a plains. Make sure we have the double white. Put the plains into play, I guess. Forest to the hand. Start doing some pokes. We'll poke Zach Ryan. Haven't played with him in a while. Welcome to the party, Zach. So we have a lot of ramp, a lot of mana. As long as we don't get wheeled again, we are set up to make what, our like 8th turn 8 land drop or something like that. Gonna be making land drops for a while. Telling opponents to blame Mana Crypt for the ramping. Yep. Our deck's creator is in the chat and says, there are a few other inefficient ways to get it back, but they're like 4 mana and require haste typically. Okay, I'll keep an eye out for those. Do you have a Hall of Heliod's Generosity in the deck? You know, that's a thing that I can totally look up by going over here. You do not. You do not. Definitely a question. So I get it. Saskia doesn't like colored lands, so that's certainly a concern. That can be overcome by running some number of signets, which looks like we're pretty light on the signets. So, you know, there's a trade-off there. Obviously, with the Hall, you can get the namesake card back very easily, which can be very good. But you may want to run some signets to counteract the fact that, well, I think the ramp is going away. Don't like this one bit. That's a Volcanic Offering. The problem with talking about Volcanic Offering on camera all the time is then occasionally people play a Volcanic Offering against you, and I think this is going to be like 3 targets on us, and it's going to be a pretty bad time, I think. But luckily, we still have a very good start, so I think we can recover. Welcome, Ada. You missed it. We had Wild Pair in the opener, and then it got wheeled. And now it'll be a struggle to figure out how to get it back. Yeah, we're going to lose 2 lands right here. We absolutely deserve to lose 2 lands because we are very far ahead of the turn count. That brings us back down to the turn count. All that hard work. All that hard work. But we still have our land drops lined up, so that's a good place to be. Saskia back to the command zone. Nate says, I'm playing a new Amanatu deck. It's been a blast. Need to pick up a Mana Drain and a Force of Will to finish it. Yeah, those are the expensive ones. Mana Drain's probably not too bad on Magic Online. Force of Will does get expensive on Magic Online periodically, though. Unless you're talking about paper, in which also very expensive. So, someone asked me a question a moment ago. I'm going to scroll back up to that. See if we missed anything in the early part of the chat while I was getting everything up and going. Oh, okay. So Rusty asked, what's the final score for Kaldheim white cards 1 through 10? Oh, you know, I've been kind of soul searching the answer to that question the past couple days, honestly. And my answer changes with my mood a little bit. Like, at one moment I felt great about it. At another moment I was like a little less sold. Flip tails in this thing again. Oh man, lost the flip again. We need the life gain enchantments. Where are those at? Ah, screw life gain. Let's burn more life with this Phyrexian Arena. Why not? I think the play here is going to be play the Overgrown Tomb, burn some more life. Why not? Get this Phyrexian Arena. Then let's play the Idyllic Tutor. And then we can get the Sunbirds Invocation into our hand. There's a Sunbirds Invocation. And we'll pass like that. Yeah, so, you know, if I was going to put a letter grade on it, I'd say like maybe a B- on the Kaldheim white cards, but like, I don't know, maybe like there are useful things. I was trying to take stock of what we actually got, right? There are 2 really good protection spells. One's in the precon, one's in the main set. One of those protection spells, the creature, gets you around Cyclonic Rift and Toxic Deluge, which is a pretty big deal. And because it's in the main set, it's not going to be $50 like Teferi's protection. So that's really cool. The equipment gods are going to be very good. I was looking at Turalf and Halvar the other day. Those are very solid, and those will probably, like, those will change Boros equipment quite a bit, I think. Like, they're going to add a lot of flexibility to what card slots are normally very rigid in a Boros deck. Like, right, you have creatures, you have equipments, you need both in your opener because one has to go on the other. The fact that, the gods can be the equipment or the creature, pretty big deal to me. I think that will smooth out some consistency issues and just provide like a lot of flexibility, versatility, all that kind of stuff. So, that stuff is cool. There are a lot of cool cards in Kaldheim altogether, like excluding white, looking at all the colors. I've heard some people complain that they don't like the flavor, or the flavor didn't quite get to where their expectation for it was. And I sympathize with that a little bit. If you told me we were getting a Norse inspired set, I thought they did a pretty good job, but I feel like there's just a little bit something missing. I don't know what that is. I can't quite describe it. But individually looking at every card, I felt like the cards are awesome. There's some very exciting cards. The blue clone guy, was it Orvar, is going to be very exciting. Who's the mono black? That's the Eldrazi on a stick. It That Betrays, was it Turgrim or something like that? Not going to be a particularly fun card to play against, but if you like power and you like, miserable commanders like that, then, people are going to like that. They're going to play it. What else is in the set? There's some cool things. The White Hate Bear, Redain? That looks like a pretty serious card to me. I've been looking at that thing and like, 2 extra to cast your spells is a lot. I get it. It doesn't hit everything. Kind of wish it did, but it'd be a little bit too strong if it did. So, it'll stop opponents from trying to make a bunch of big plays in a turn if you drop that down early. So that's going to be a pretty cool card, I think. There are a lot of cool cards. I think the thing that everyone's a little bit sad about is there isn't a white Zendikar Resurgent in the set. And that's literally what I think it would take to, like, kind of get rid of that feeling of white's not getting good cards. Is you need something that's going to be like probably a little bit over the top, going to make a lot of mana or draw a lot of cards. And I think that'll kind of shift the mindset. We're not really getting that card in this set. We're getting things that are already good at what white does. Another Hate Bear that's solid, some good life gain stuff, some good protection effects. We're getting the Equipment God. Equipments have gotten a lot of help in the past years, so we're getting more of things that we already had. Starnheim Unleashed, more 4/4 Angels. We're not getting necessarily new stuff. So, I'd say, yeah, depending on the day, if I had to put a score out of 10, maybe 6.5. The cards are cool. Some of them are exciting, maybe 7. But we're not getting the new stuff. One of the things that has changed my mind a little bit is, let me see if I can do this without actually looking at the tweet. Hold on. Give me one moment while I bring up the tweet. It's going to be much easier if I have a picture in front of me. Someone posted on Twitter the other day. Felix Slew, I believe it is. Thing's got 633 likes on it. That's not too bad. They did a comparison between Kaldheim and Avacyn Restored. And lining up 3 of the rares, they line up almost exactly. So in Avacyn Restored, you had Terminus. In this set, you have Doomscar. In Avacyn Restored, you had Restoration Angel. In this set, we have Glorious Protector. And in Avacyn Restored, you had Entreat the Angels. And now you have Starnheim Unleashed. There are 3 cards that basically mirror each other. And it does kind of reinforce what I was saying in my other video, which is that the design's a little lazy, right? Like, we've seen all these effects before in the, pretty much in the same capacity in a set that was 9 years ago. I think that set came out. So, You know, that doesn't leave the best feeling in my mouth, although I think the cards themselves are cool, but it's still that, like, they haven't given us something really new. And, you know, that's the thing that I think we're all looking for. So, with that brings it back to our turn. There's a Wheel of Misfortune. Definitely not playing that. Let's look at the Sunbirds Invocation, figure out how much mana we got. That's 4, 5, 6, 7. We will be on 8. Well, that Sunbirds is a pretty big play then. Do I think opponents will shoot it? Can't really, like, make any semblance of, like, multiple plays in a turn right here. It's not the best. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll be 8. Yeah, it's a little awkward. It's a little awkward. I wish we didn't lose those 2 lands. Those 2 lands were nice. All right, what do you guys think? Should we just go for the Sunbirds and hope for the best, or should we try to, like... Let's see. So we're on 8. Next turn we'll be on 9. Even going to 9. Yeah, let's just go for it. We got to get into play at some point. If we don't, then we'll never get to do the thing. Hopefully he doesn't get shot. Play this Bloodstained Mire. Crack this Bloodstained Mire. Look for something tapped. Down to 20. We've barely... I don't even think we've been attacked yet, have we? Down to 20. Burning some life. Let's get a Godless Shrine tapped, I guess. And we'll pass like that. Oh, you're building that deck in paper? Oh, good luck with that. The Force of Will and the Mana Drain. Those are expensive. Robert says, in paper, this is the cheapest Mana Drain of Force of Will, maybe for a while, unless there is another reprint. Yeah, that's probably a good point. Blade Griff, a prototype, going on the attack. Oh, I'm sure I'm not going to like this. Where did this come out of? I haven't even seen this thing yet. Deals combat damage to a player. Destroy target non-land permanent of that player's choice that one of your opponents control. Oh, that's bad. Yep, I think I just played our thing right into that. Probably should have looked at the board, but I was on my big Kaldheim rant there. Whoops. Yep, there's a trigger. There is the trigger. Destroy target non-land permanent of that player's choice that one of your opponents controls. Rusty asked, PJ, think you can dust off Depala and player after Kaldheim? Yeah, so before Commander Legends, later at night I was doing it. I was just like filming some B-roll and playing some of the older Boros commanders. And that's where that, who do I post yesterday? The Anya video came from. Just that I did that one early enough in the day where like I could still film before everyone went to sleep. So, that was kind of born out of that, and I was going through to try and like rank all the Boros commanders. So yeah, at some point I'm going to play some Depala, and you know, with more vehicles help a lot. And blowing up the Sunbirds, really, it's not great. It's not great. We've squandered 2 wild pairs so far. I did think about putting Mirror March in here as a third copy, and We probably should have. Anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get to some Depala. I'm gonna try to get to some of the other old Boros commanders that have kind of been forgotten with time and or generally underperform relative to most things. Some point, all in due time. All in due time. I was actually thinking about playing Razia today, just that it's probably going to take me another 30 or 45 minutes to build the deck, and I just kind of wanted to get the stream up and going since it was getting a little late into the day. So we went with this deck instead, which would be pretty cool if people would stop blowing up our stuff. The Crew 6 card is not funny. That is not a joke, because that card could have been good at, like, Crew 2. If it was Crew 2 and make double white, fantastic. Beautiful card. The fact that it is Crew 6 means that it's not really playable. Pretty annoyed. Pretty annoyed. Yeah, the Flash Angel should be good. The Flash Angel will be really cool. That's Cyclonic Rift and Toxic Deluge protection. That is not $50. And, like, if you play mono white, the thing you fear is Cyclonic Rift. It is so hard to rebuild from that card. And if you have the budget for Teferi's protection, awesome. But you still need to have it in hand. And you got to have the mana up for it. So having another card that's playable and because it's a creature it does other things is going to be very helpful for filling that role. Would you guys use Cole? Yeah, I'm going to be looking at Cole at some point too. I've seen people talking about CEDH builds being possible. Right now, my best comparison is that it's probably a bit similar to Zerda, but I think it's going to have a little bit more consistency than Zerda because there's going to be multiple cards. Like, you have 3 or 4 cards of each type that you can use to assemble the combo, where Zerda's like, it's got to be one of the monoliths, and then it's, from another very small handful of other cards. So we'll see how that plays out. The big question, too, is always, like, how badly does that get hit by stacks? And I think, like, a lot of stacks pieces are going to mess up the combo with Cole. So that could be a problem also. You guys want to see me roll with Depala and the Plow? I mean, in the Depala deck, it might actually be okay. But, like, for any other deck, probably not. Like, if your deck is full on vehicles theme, you might be able to support that card pretty easily with some of the stuff that, gets around crewing. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Gruul Warchant. A card that I always want to use and never do. Maybe I need to play more Gruul. This was in, like, one of the very early builds of my Najeela deck, but as Najeela has kind of gotten more refined over the years, it depends on what you want to do with it. Like, if you're playing combo, obviously you don't need it, but if you're playing, like, non-combo Najeela, it can be a pretty cool card. Hans Eriksson going on the attack. Here's a question. How many cards are there that pull an enchantment straight from the graveyard onto the battlefield, or like any permanent? There's the black-white thing that reanimates any permanent. I don't know how many others there actually are. Ada says you watch Commander Replay for the articles. I'm pretty sure that's a joke that goes back to like Major League 2 or something like that. Nate watches for the commentary. Well, thank you guys for joining. I appreciate it. All right, let's see what we draw. We could do some big draws right here. We have the Wheel of Fortune if things aren't looking great, but that Wheel of Fortune is more life loss, or Wheel of Misfortune, rather. On top of, I mean, we got to try heads because I've gone tails the past few times, and that has not worked out at all. Yeah, I think it's been heads every time. Won that flip. Phyrexian Arena, going to 19. Angel of Sanctions is cool. What's actually happening over here? That's Lightning Greaves, and that's a Darksteel Plate. Oh, yeah, those are good. Enters the battlefield. You may exile up to 1 target non-land permanent an opponent controls until it leaves the battlefield. All right, what are we doing? Let's play. Doesn't matter which land we play. Let's play the Plains just in case. What's that put us on? I think that puts us on 9. Certain that's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, let's go. We can go Shalai Secuar or Angel of Sanctions and Shalai. We'll get this guy in. He does things. That's not at all how we want to cast that. Let's try that again, using the proper colors of mana this time. Let's get Shalai into play. Yeah, maybe we just need more regrowths in the deck. Maybe like a Nissa, a regrowth, all that kind of stuff. In case our stuff gets blown up like it has. And I guess that's it. We'll pass like that. The new Archon from Theros. Yeah, the Archon's good. Talking about Archon of Emeria, I think, or I'm talking about the one from Zendikar. Archon of Emeria is a cool card. That's Rule of Law on a stick. Rule of Law is something I've been thinking about playing more, especially like against value decks and like big ramp decks and things like that. You know, that's a way to not completely lock the game. It's not Winter Orb levels of ridiculous, but it can keep someone from running away if they have a ton of mana and you're just not well suited to deal with a ton of mana. So something I've been looking at, but I haven't been playing like tons of high power commander lately. So, you know, definitely the stronger you get, the better something like that is going to look. Replenish type effects. Oh yeah, replenish is good. Open the vaults. See, the problem is there aren't a lot of enchantments in the deck. It's like mostly just like you want those 1 or 2 in play. And then so you wouldn't be getting like a ton of value off those, but they work. They work. White tends to get permanents back, but it's usually 3 or less. Yeah, that's the new... Oh, that's a deflecting swap. That's the new school. That Ari was saying that White's reanimation is basically limited to other permanent types, not creatures. Creatures, CMC 3 or less, and, quote, other weird stuff. So White gets the unusual reanimation, skipping the best reanimation, which is straight creature reanimation, which is kind of annoying. Pretty annoyed about it, which is why you see a card like Triumphant Reckoning, which Triumphant Reckoning is like $2 or something right now. If that said creatures on it, it'd be like $20. Like, they'd literally be printing money if they just made it better. And it's frustrating that like they refuse to do that kind of stuff. Do you think there will be a new 4-color commanders in the future? I don't know. They talked about the challenges of doing 4 colors before they did it the first time, and the 4-color commanders are cool. They are very powerful. I don't know that they necessarily convey their flavor super well, and who is it? A guy I follow on Twitter. What's his name? It'll come to me in a second. He's a CDH player. Cobblepot. He talked about the fact that like as you get to partners and as you get to like 4-color partners are a perfect example. When you have 4-color partners, you're basically saying that color doesn't matter. Like, right, it's not quite 5-color in that you have just all the colors at your disposal, but 4-color partners kind of takes away from Commander because you're removing the biggest restriction in Commander, which is the cards in your deck have to be the color of your commander. When you have 4 colors, you're basically able to just play the best cards in every color. And, obviously for a casual setting, that's fine, and you can do some cool stuff. But, like in CEDH, it becomes apparent that, like, most partner deck lists have, like, I don't know, the same 50 cards in them, and it's probably, like, the last 10 cards in the deck that you change. Maybe the numbers are a little different than that, but you get the idea that, like, most of the 99 of a partner's CDH deck is the same as the most of the 99 of another partner's CDH deck, even if the colors are different, because you just run all of the best cards in every color. That was an Arcane Denial on the Wirt, so not looking to get down with the Wirt, and I can appreciate that. What I don't love is the fact that there keeps being more and more of these things in play. I'd really like to find a board wipe, honestly. MTG Mazda and Tribal Kai are also very cool content creators. Got to meet Mazda once. He was super nice. It was in Canada, and it was like -10 degrees. How's that for stereotypes? Yeah, so I don't know. On 4 colors, they could do 4 colors again. I'd prefer that they didn't. Even, like, I'm ready for them to, like, stop making 5 color commanders unless they make one that's, like, very tribal specific, right? Like, if it's, if it's a 5 color angel or a 5 color human or something like that, that's fine. But, like, your generic 5 color, we have enough generic good 5 color commanders with Golos, Sisay, Najila, if you're just wanting to wreck face. Like, I don't think we really need any more of that stuff. First Sliver is insane. I like the direction they took in Commander Legends, which is they didn't print that many cards that were generically powerful for every deck. Sure, there's the Hull Breacher, Opposition Agent, Jeweled Lotus type thing, but once you get past those, I guess Kodama, so 4, it's about 4 of those, but I was actually very nervous about Commander Legends earlier in the year that they were going to print 5 or 10 busted through the roof commanders, and they really didn't, and it's because a lot of things in that set care about having things that don't necessarily go in every deck. And I appreciate that. Like, it gives you some point to focus around to build your deck, which means you're not just doing, like, 5 color good stuff. So I like the power level that they achieved for most of the commanders in Commander Legends. Rhythm of the Wild, Hammer of Nazan into play. Yeah, all of the creature benefit type cards happening over there. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. Silent Archon is the one from Theros? I gotta look that one up. Let's see what that is. Scryfall has not located a card named Silent Archon. Wonder if there's a translation or something. Ada says, Triumphant Reckoning would still be good if they added legendary creatures to the list of permanents reanimate. Yeah, that would be a step in the right direction, but if you put creatures on there, it's, that card is a very expensive card that everyone wants. Without creatures, it goes in some decks, right? It goes in artifact enchantment decks, it goes in planeswalker decks. Ugh, losing more life. But, its use it's cool, but it's limited. That's a Triumph of the Hordes. More land. Not really what I was looking for. Oh, man. Like, we may have to swords our own creature just to gain life back at some point or something. I don't know. Doesn't seem great. What's this do? Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, create a 3/1 haste token. Okay. That's got Embalm, so we could wheel it. Let's wheel. Play land first. Play forest. This might be a short game. Yeah, I was thinking Archon of Emeria also, but I'm not sure. Asika? I have to look at Asika again. What's that one do? Asika. Oh, yeah, that one. Yeah, that's the 5-color commander. Yeah, that thing will probably be pretty crazy. See, that's the type of thing I want them to get away from. I'm going to choose 6. Hope this brings us into lifelink. Nope, not quite what I was looking for. Smothering Tithe, Painful Truths, a Vexing Devil. Ooh, the life is getting low. The life is getting low. Now what? Painful Truths? Nope, didn't do that right. Painful Truths. Black, white, green. Worldly Tutor, what's that do for us? Something big with lifelink that gives team lifelink? We can get that thing, which gets a thing back, which could be cool. Linvala, Hero, Restoration, Angel, Brimas. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. Marin? Marin's kind of cool. What's this? That's Grand Warlord Radha. With all that being the case, I guess we play this Cultivate. If we play the Smothering Tithe, it will just get shot. We started off so good, and things have really fallen apart for us. It's not great. Yeah, let's get another forest. Get another swamp, I guess. Drop a forest into play. Oh, I forgot to leave the black mana up. Whoops, tapped that wrong. Oh, no, it's a green for the Worldly Tutor. Never mind. We are good. We are good. Archangel of Thune's a 3/4, right? I think that's the card that I really want right here. Archangel of Thune is indeed a 3/4, and one that I would look to add to this deck, because this deck seems to be really good at burning its own life and not great at getting that life back. Let's get rid of a Stomping Ground and a Wooded Foothills. Grenzo Havoc Razor. Yep, that'll do things. Greetings, Seven Deadly. You're sad about the Sunbirds getting blown up? I'm sad about the Sunbirds getting blown up also. Was hoping to show off what this deck could do. Can do some cool stuff, and I don't think this is going to be the game for it. We'll probably run it back, but the other problem that we're facing too is we're almost dead, but our opponents are not. Our opponents are all very healthy. That's not great. King says, just put Wild Pair in my Cat's tribal deck. Haven't had the chance to draw it in a game, but it's really going to allow for some explosive plays. Yeah, so there's that turn where you have to tap out for it, which is like you're kind of taking that turn off, and then you hold your breath and hope that the thing comes back to you when you untap. But after that, yeah, you can do some really cool things with Wild Pair. Same thing with Sunbirds Invocation. If you have a lot of cats, like if you're like 30 plus, you can use Lurking Predators. At least 25 plus, but generally better around 30. Opponent going on the attack. There are 3 Blade Griff prototype triggers. 3 Grenzo triggers also, and the game's freaking out a little bit. Gotta love when that happens. So we're targeting a Hammer of Nazan, the Garruk's Uprising, and I can't tell where that one's going. Excuse me. The Crypt and Fetch damage has added up this game. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. I do want to do my own take on this deck at some point, so, you know, we'll do that somewhere along the way. But I think it's a really cool concept. I love the concept for this deck. I actually met Jim at GP Vegas 2019, and he was playing this exact deck, and him and I were having a conversation. Just I was off on the side, and since then, this deck has kind of become a thing. People have really enjoyed it, really talked a lot about it, and I think it's really cool. I love this kind of theme, right? Like, it's not just 4-color good stuff or whatever this deck is. It's, you know, I'm building around the specific theme of power and toughness, 3 and 4, and I think that's pretty sweet. So we lost our Shalai in that mess. So Shalai goes down, we get ourselves a 3-1. We are now exposed in the air. Not ideal. Can you tutor for Ewit and get it back? I don't think Ewit is in the deck. It is not. It does not have power and toughness 3-4 or something totaling 7. So in that case, you would go for regrowth and just regrowth your things back, or get a Nissa that has the regrowth on it. It's probably the best bet. Oh, we got the spike feeders in the house. Says you built the deck specifically for that event. Welcome. Yeah, man, it's a sweet deck. I think it's a concept that I love, and I can't wait to do my own take on it. I might take a little peek at yours as well. You went deep with like the ball lightning stuff, right? That was kind of how you went about it. That's a Zara Renegade Recruiter coming into play. Yeah, opponents are looking. Had anyone heard of Blade Griff prototype before this? Because this card just popped onto my radar, with Zach completely destroying us right now. You pick 7 because you wanted to play Lightning Skelemental? Yeah, that's a cool card. I get it. Like, that's the, like, you don't really get to use ball lightning type cards in Commander, and this is probably the best way to go about it. Personally, I'm more of like if I'm going through the effort to get these cards into play, I'd prefer they were permanents that like stayed in play. But now with like, I guess you could use like 1,000-Year Elixir and stuff like, or 1,000, no, what's it called? Sundial of the Infinite, that's the one. What colors do we have? We don't have blue. If you have blue, we could get Obeka and go about it that way. Ada says, Blade Griff prototype was a card I looked at for Kalemny. It's putting in work. I guess he's also got 3 of them, and that's pretty cool too. But, yeah. Surprise. Hadn't heard of it. And it's pretty much destroyed all of our cool stuff. How did Zach get the copies of the... this one is a Glass Pool Mimic, and this one is Protean Pirate, or Protean Raider. If you attack this turn, you may have Protean Raider enter the battlefield as a copy of any creature on the battlefield. There you go. He played 2 clones, essentially. So he's playing Breaches and Sakashima, which means this is probably just a clone tribal deck. Zach's preferred playstyle is winning with the cards in your deck. So it's going to be a lot of clones. It's going to be a lot of mob rules and borrowing your stuff type of thing. Marin stacks up fast with the Ball Lightnings. Oh yeah, that makes sense. I see how that could be good. My Greven Suicide deck is offended by you. Saw it. Sawing Ball Lightning and Skelemental are saying Ball Lightning and Skelemental aren't played in Commander. That's a deck I need to take another look at. There's some cool things you can do with that. That is definitely suicide aggro, though. There's almost no blocking in that deck. And, one of the things I realized is that because I play white a lot, I'm very good at blocking and keeping my life total high, just as, like, not taking chip damage all the time. That is until, of course, we got to this game, and then we burned 20 life on Mana Crypt and Fetch Lands, but... JLK dunked on you with Greven in Vegas? Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. Oh, please don't shoot us with that. Where's this going? Oh, there's a copy. Thanks, Jack. I'm having an all right day. Wouldn't consider it grand, but it's fine. I've had worse days, so, it's not one of those. Life is a resource. As long as it's not 0, you're good. Ours is about to be 0. Like, it's 6, but this is going to do 3 more because this has done, like, I don't know, what, 27 damage at this point? And lost 3 or 4 lives to this thing. Bunch to our fetches. We've probably taken, what, like 1 or 2 attacks? Gonna die to a gentle breeze from our opponents. Set a stop on our upkeep again, see if there's anything that we can get with the Worldly Tutor that will help. I still want to get a match in against JLK. I haven't played him yet. I'm just going to have to go, like, it's going to be like the hard Aurelia deck and see how he feels about the Voltron aggro. Greven is the only deck you allow off-color fetches since it works so well with Greven. Yeah, there's also just like, you got to have off-color fetches. They get expensive. Where's the fetch land reprints? Thanks for stopping by. I may do a little spotlight on your deck in the future because I just think it's awesome. So I'll let you know if that comes. I'll ping you on Twitter. Got any spicy CDH brews for Kaldheim? I'm gonna check out Cole. I don't know if that was a question for the spike feeders, but I'm sure they'll have some stuff as well. At least I didn't do my classic play Ancient Tomb and then drain myself for 20. Yeah, I mean, we're at the same, like, we've reached the same endpoint, which is that We've lost most of our life from our opponents not even touching us. So yeah, Ancient Tomb on turn 1 can be a problem too. Put some life gain in your decks. Having some life gain in your deck is really handy because you don't know when you're going to burn a lot of it to yourself, and then you're just like, well, need to get some life back. Or sometimes you take early aggro, and you're just like, well, can't do much about it right now, and then, you know, you're at like 12, and you're just like, ooh. Do I run Purity ever? No, I wish I ran Purity. I really like that cycle of cards. The Elemental Incarnations. Dread is one of my favorite cards, and no, I sadly just don't run them. I've thought about playing an Elemental deck. At some point I'm going to play Horde of Notions, but haven't done it yet. I need to be more other Commander channels to expand the reach. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to say. What are you trying to say? Must promote the Boros way? That I can do aggressively. What's the first Kaldheim deck I'm going to build? I don't know yet. I haven't decided. There's a lot of cool ones. I think I'm actually going to make a list. Usually I just kind of like freewheel it and see what I feel like playing when I wake up in the morning. But I might actually make a list because there are a lot of really cool things that I do want to play. And just, you know, when you're organized, things go better. So Halvar's up there. The Redain looks cool. Toralf looks cool. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in the blue clone guy, Orvar. So, I don't know. I got to look at the list. There's some other things too, because there's also some there's some cards that make other decks really cool. The what is it? The artifact that gives everything all creature types. That has a lot of interesting ramifications about decks I want to revisit. What else? There's something else that the life gain artifact looks pretty cool. There's definitely a couple cards that have major impacts on other decks. Feather with Goldspan Dragon looks really sweet. Guardian Project for our opponent. End step. Play this Worldly Tutor. What do we got? This gets a thing back. Enters the battlefield, may return target creature. That only brings it to the hand, though. It's not the best. Brings the thing back. Linvala. A Lightning Skelemental. There it is. Hero of Blade Hole. Green Belts. Radha makes mana. Turn target permanent from your graveyard to your hand. Aurelia. I think we've only got, what, one creature, though? We have one creature. It's not the best. Underrealm Lich. Is that helpful to us? Might be the best card we have. Samut is cool. Restoration Angel is something. Naheb over there is kind of scary because, you can't even block it. You just lose life to the Afflict. None of these really jump. I guess Marin, I guess. How many creatures are actually in the graveyard? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know how long we're going to last, but we'll just get this thing and see if we can live long enough to do our thing. We probably won't, but that might just be where we're at right now. And I get it. We could go Aurelia and recast Saskia, but, you know, Toronto wanted to make the thing happen. We won the flip. That's important. Staying at 5. There's a Farseek. I don't know if there's a lot of ramp in this deck or if we're just only drawing the ramp. I'm feeling like it's the latter, but never know. Let's play the Exotic Orchard. Play the Mender. Get back Wild Pair. Use the ability. Play the Wild Pair. Oh, this is going to work out perfectly. We have just enough mana. We're going to get to do it one time. We're going to get one trigger off this thing. Here we go. Vexing Devil. I'll put Vexing Devil on the bottom, Wild Pair on top. Do we just get Marin? Start bringing the stuff back? What deals with... Do we get Aurelia and just start... No, I don't think Aurelia is the right call right here. Oh, lifelink. Wish we had lifelink. Enters the battlefield. You may have a fight target creature you don't control. Nope. Neheb's too big for that. That gives things haste. Restoration Angel. Is this an ETB? No, that's a cast from your hand. What's the two creatures you have haste? Could just get Aurelia and kill someone. Yeah, we could. But nothing even really has haste, so like, eh. Let's try Marin. I think I'm on Marin. Vexing Devil trigger. No one paid. Awesome. Awesome. We could attack, but I'm just going to stay put and try to look threatening. Hopefully don't die to... You know, we're probably just going to die to a burn effect from Wirt is probably how this is going to go. Yeah, we can get something back. That's cool, right? Shalai? Shalai seems good. I like protection. Yeah, the Volcanic Offering was pretty rough. It wasn't even, you know, that was fine. Like, I get it. That card's good and definitely slowed us down, but it's also just the wheel getting rid of the Wild Pair and then the removal on the Sunbirds, right? Because those are the things that we really want in play, and they didn't stick. So those hurt. Those hurt. Did I realize that my stream competes with Tomer from MTG Goldfish? No, I generally try to stream a little bit earlier in the day. I just like everything was a little bit off today, so streamed a little bit later than I wanted to. But no, I don't intentionally stream at the same time as Tomer. I kind of wonder like how many people actually stream on Friday night, so I like try to be done by the prime time because I know that a lot of people will be streaming, so... that's going to be his stolen identity on the Wirt. Create a token that's a copy of target creature, and then cipher. Artifact or creature. Mazes and WinCon. What are we doing? Golos. 98 gates. Yeah, Golos is a little too pushed. You can't have a tutor and a free cast all on the same card. That's a bit much. Parallel lives for our opponent. Ever seen Rurikthar and Purity together? I have not. I've seen Rurikthar. I really haven't seen people play Purity very much, though. We'll look it up just for those who don't remember Purity. Make sure we get the wording right. If non-combat damage would be dealt to you, prevent that damage, you gain life equal to the damage prevented this way. When it goes into the graveyard, shuffle it. Yeah, you just run all the burn effects, and that'd be a cool deck. Naya Purity, and just mass burn everything and gain a ton of life. Seems like fun. I'd probably throw in Fire Song and Sunspeaker in there also. Second Harvest for opponent, that's a lot of tokens. It's currently 1:15 at night. Oh, man. It's pretty late. But he said PJ was streaming, so I'll just sleep in tomorrow. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. There's an Increasing Vengeance and a Conspire. Oh, my. That's going to be some tokens. If they have a Lightning Bolt, that's like probably enough to kill the table. I guess it only conspires once, but we'll see where this ends up. Eric says, not going to lie, if we get an untap, we can probably kill the table. You know, I was just thinking that. Because we could play Shalai and then get Aurelia, and that's pretty good damage. If we can get the Cyclops guy in the mix somewhere, get another 3/4 off of something, then that get the haste guy, get Aurelia, all seems like a pretty good time. Although now there's a lot of stuff happening over here, so like we'll need flying to get into them. You made it. You made it. It's in your Rith deck. Rith is a cool deck. There was someone in my Patreon that had like a super savage Rith deck. We played a couple games and they like turn 6'd us consistently every time. It was absurd. Tamanawa could be the commander if your playgroup lets you. Yeah. Oh, I wish that card was legendary. Such a sweet card. Maybe we need to build that. Naya Purity. Get Greenbelt. Ooh, Greenbelt Rampager is a good idea. There you go. The combos. Look at the combos. Now we're thinking. Yeah, that is indeed a lot of goblins. Anything we do over there is going to have to be in the air. I hope that they don't have like haste or something with the goblins, because that's probably good game. How's my day? It's fine. I've had better days. I've had worse days. We're doing all right. We're playing some Magic, so it can't be too bad, right? Greenbelt Rampager is what makes Wild Pair really pop off? Yeah, that makes sense. Another card that's really good with Greenbelt Rampager is Karamitra. Get yourself a whole bunch of lands. What's Karamitra's power and toughness? Anyone remember? 6/7. Bummer. I'd probably still run it just because it's good. That's me personally, though. Where's the chain reaction? Yeah. Where indeed? Where indeed? The millions of goblins came from... So it's a word deck, so it copies the spells. They got, I think, 2 goblins off of just the normal thing. They played a second harvest at some point, doubling the goblins, and then they increasing vengeance with conspire on the goblins. So that's a lot of doubling. They have doubled multiple times. It doesn't look like they're popping off just yet. We got the burn spell out of their hand. Lucky for us, the burn spell was gone, because we'd just all die if the burn spell was in hand. So that's good news. Ask Champ if he wants to be friends. We're going to get Swarm next turn. If we survive, I think we can get him in the air, unless he's got something. Oh, that's going to make some mana. That's a lot of guys' Cradle mana right there. Probably like 80 or 90 mana at least. Oh, more than that. More than that. Zach Ryan says, I think the target has been acquired. Yep. Champ's got a Miri's Guile thing on the stack. Blasphemous Actor do it. Massacre Worm would be amazing. They would be at like, I don't know, negative 200. Actually, does each trigger happen individually? I think each trigger happens individually. Golgari Charm. Yeah, Golgari Charm, Rakdos Charm. Both would be hilarious. Champ seems to be stuck. You've blinked Massacre Worm 6 times in a single turn? That's pretty good. So I haven't been playing much Mono Black lately, but when I was playing Mono Black, every time I played Massacre Worm, I was always like, it's only -2/-2. Is that good enough? And then every time I played Massacre Worm, I'm like, this card is awesome. I love this card. It's just so good. They were very expensive for a while. Probably should have sold mine. I think they're pretty cheap now. I have to look, but yeah, why not? Let's look it up. Waiting for opponent to resolve all their stuff. The cost of a new Massacre Worm is going to run you $355. Oh yeah, definitely lost some value on those. Should have sold those babies when they were expensive. Whoops. Probably could have turned it into a Feast and Famine at that point in time. One of the best black creatures? Yeah, it's very good. And especially as like... Oh, don't blow up our wild pair. Oh, there's also a Parallel Lives in play when that token thing happened, so everything was getting doubled. Lots of doubling happening. As creatures get like smaller and more efficient and people try to lower their mana curves, stuff like Massacre Worm is going to get even better. More things die to it. That's what you call quadratic? What's the most expensive? Oh my god, I can't talk anymore. What's the most expensive card that I'd be comfortable playing in paper? The most expensive card that I play in paper currently is Wheel of Fortune. Now that one's a little weird because when I started playing Wheel of Fortune, it wasn't terribly expensive. I bought mine at like 35, but they are now much more than that, and they're still in my decks. So I guess the answer is Wheel of Fortune. There's definitely a point, though. The fact that, like, my Wheel of Fortunes, they're a little banged up, right? They're not near mint, pack fresh Wheel of Fortunes. Means that, like, I got those ones to be played. I have, like, one or two nicer ones that are probably, like, lightly played on a good day. Yeah, I saw that. I have my collection imported onto MTG Goldfish, and I saw the numbers doing some really wild stuff. I'm like, what is going on? Oh, Wheel of Fortune. I see what's happening now. But yeah, that's the most expensive card that I play. I have a couple dual lands. Like, I have some pack fresh ones from 2004, if you want to call that pack fresh, but they went straight into a sleeve, into a binder, and haven't moved since. I proxied those, so like I don't play with those, but I have some dual lands that I picked up in trades that are somewhat played already that I'll use a couple of them. Some of the cheaper ones. I don't really use any of the blue ones in a deck. I've got a Scrubland, a couple Plateaus, and stuff like that. So I think that's about it on like the top of the line as far as cards that I play. Like I've got a couple Ugins. Those were pricey for a moment. For me, like I've bought the number of times I've bought a card over $100 is like less than a half dozen, and even that is probably like 2 or 3. I can only remember ever buying a card over $100 2 or 3 times. So even like cards over $50, maybe 10 times. Like I have expensive cards, but I've just been playing so long that I got them while they were cheap. So like I really haven't bought a lot of expensive cards in my life. It's been heads almost every time, so we got to go heads, I think. Ooh, we lost the flip. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna hurt. Well, I think we're gonna get to have a cool turn though. We're gonna go down to 1 right here. I don't know that we're gonna get to win on this turn, but hopefully the opponent doesn't just shoot us in the face for 1. That's an Aurelia, the War Leader, although that means we have to hard cast it. That's a thing. Make sure we don't play any like untapped lands or anything either. Hull Breach. Anything we care about in this moment, Hull Breach wise? I don't think so. Let's see. That's going to take red, white. We need another red. We can't use the exotic or... Ooh, you want to know what's bad? We don't have a second red. That means we cannot cast the Aurelia. Drawing the Aurelia was bad. Ooh. That's not great. All right, let's think. How do we get out of this? So we can play Shalai, get a Greenbelt Ramp. What does Greenbelt Rampager do? Does that help us with things? Just gives us an energy. Gives us an energy, comes back. Can we get a creature that... Let's see, we could get this thing, which returns a permanent. Can we return a mountain to our... Stomping Ground does not help. Oh, Mana Confluence got shot. Oh, we have Exotic Orchard. Ha! Second red. Found it. Perfect. Whew. Got nervous. Okay. Let's check our mana. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. It'll be 10 to get that, and then 13 if we play a land. Yeah, okay, so let's play a forest. Play the War Leader. Use a red. We can get like 5 creatures right here. Yeah, this is gonna be exciting. Man, we gotta get Archangel Thune in this deck because Archangel Thune would be awesome right here. Or not Archangel. Yeah, Champion of Archangel Thune. I'm confused. Champ's in the game. It's having a moment. Confusing all the stuff. Wild Pair trigger. You bought your Taiga back in 2014 when you went out to Brother's Wedding. Perfect Sylvaneer? Yeah, Taiga's cool. Were they still cheap in 2014? Was that before the big spike? Because there was a spike somewhere around there when like Legacy got cool again. Get the Greenbelt Rampager. Greenbelt Rampager will get returned. It was 100? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was... Because there was that moment where they all spiked to like 200 to 300 and things got a little wild. Did we not get a creature? What just happened? Did we not get our creature? Oh, we didn't... No, never mind. I'm confused. Don't pay attention to me. Play the Greenbelt Rampager. Trying to talk while playing a deck. Pretty complicated. Greenbelt Wild Pair. Flyers will be valuable right here also. But I'm going to get that haste guy first. Oh man, Hero Blade Hold seems so exciting with Aurelia. Might have to try and do that. Let's get the Mad Rush Cyclops. Play the Greenbelt Rampager. So we could get Restoration Angel and then pick up the Greenbelt Rampager and do this a bunch more times? Is that what I'm understanding? We've only got 3 green mana left. I mean, that's a decent amount of green mana. Can we get enough flyers? That's the question. That is the question. Greenbelt and a Wild Pair. So Greenbelt uses all the energy this time, but I think if we get this... Where is it? Restoration Angel. I think we start the whole thing over. Wait. Enters the battle, exile target on creature, then it comes back. What does this say? Enters the battlefield. Turn it to your... Yeah. Yeah, this seems like it works. Get the Restoration Angel. Blink the Greenbelt Rampager. This is cool. This is so cool. I love this. I'm so happy. How am I going to survive the Phyrexian arena? Either we're going to kill everyone or as many players as we can, and then just either win the game or succumb to our Phyrexian arena. I've already decided that that's what's happening. So because we don't have lifelink or anything like that, that's our choice. So, that's what we can do. We can go down on our own terms. How many flyers do we need? Haven't done the math. We have 2 more casts on this thing. Who do we have for flyers? Linvala? Only Linvala. Let's get Linvala. Cast a Greenbelt Rampager. I guess Shalai's in hand. Maybe we should have played Shalai also. But if we get the Hero Blade Hold, that's also a lot of damage. Get Hero Blade Hold. Oh, it stayed in play this time. We've run out of things to do. Well, let's go to combat. See what happens. Yep, Peep's got to die. Flyers into Eric. Man, I'm hoping Zach isn't holding up something. See if anyone has interaction that I need to know about before declaring attacks here. Eric's got interaction. Well, we're just going to have to deal with whatever they have. I think we're about to get crushed is about how this is going to go. So, yeah, let's turn it all sideways. Send that one in there. Send this guy over to Champ just for good measure. And that one into Zach. We're probably going to get, bounced into Oblivion right here. But, this is what we can do. So, Battle Cry on the bottom. Aurelia in the middle. And, oh, it's freaking out. And tokens on top. Oh, one thing you could do, too, for this deck, you could get one of those enchantments or even one of the creatures that says whenever a creature enters the battlefield, you gain life equal to, its toughness or whatever. Could be cool for getting some additional life gain going. There's other ways to go about it too. You just put like authority to consoles in the deck. Choose player to attack. Choose Eric. Angelic Chorus, that's the name of the card. There's two of them. There's one that's like toughness, and then there's one for attacks. I forget which one's which. Angelic Chorus is... Creature enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to its toughness. Could be a fun little way to gain some life, especially since you've already got like enchantment tutors and stuff in the deck. All right, let's find out how poorly this is going to go for us. Oh yeah, True Conviction is also a real Magic card. Can't forget about True Conviction. I would run a True Conviction because I like True Conviction. I haven't been playing like creature aggro like this a lot as much, and it does make me long for just slamming a True Conviction. Tristani is also a real Magic card. Tristani's 7, isn't it? That's a 2/5? Let's look up old Tristani. Tristani is indeed 7. There you go. Tristani and Archangel of Thune. There's your life gain. Opponent's doing some blocks. We'll reach our own arena. I don't think that stops the life loss, though. Oh. No. Oh, God, we spent the red. Oh, God, why didn't we say that earlier? No. Oh, God. Someone find mana. Find us mana. How do we get more mana? Chromatic Lantern. We need a Chromatic Lantern. Are there any 7 of any of the creatures that 7 toughness that do the Chromatic Lantern ability? Was that one guy? Is a 2/4? Doesn't help. What about on our upkeep? Yeah, by that point it'll be too late. It'll already be on the stack. Our options are win here or die. Not anymore. Now they're all pumped up because of the Hero of the Blade Hold. People said this before I tapped out. Whoops. I guess the problem is we only have 2 red. Yeah, we only have 2 red, which means you got to spend that red to cast Aurelia. It's fine. If we have to go down this way, we have to go down this way. Oh, you want what we can do, though? If enough things die, and we get enough triggers on Marin, we can use Angel of Sanctions to get rid of... Nope, that's an opponent controls. Never mind. That doesn't work. Spreading some damage. Spreading some damage. You could also just put like Whip of Erebos in the deck. Just a cool card to have around too. We get 3 Marin triggers. Couple Graveborn. How did our last Graveborn die? We're going out in a blaze of glory. That's the thing to do. Either it'll work or it won't. How many flyers do we have? We have 3 flyers. Go on the attack. I'm fairly sure we can't kill everyone here, but I don't really know what's going to happen. That's a 3/3. That there. Do I think they're going to shoot a creature? If they shoot a creature, they would survive, and that's a problem. Then maybe that's fine, because then Zach still has to kind of deal with it. Do we have enough to get through Champ? Probably not. Yeah, I doubt this is going to work. I didn't really do the math, but we'll see how it goes. Battle Cry on the bottom. Tokens. Yep, send those in there. Battle Cry. See who survives. Oh, we got a super chat. Poison says, at least you died trying. Has anyone run the math yet? I haven't run the math. They get bigger. Opponent's got 159 mana. Oh, is he just going to kill us all now? At least he let us have our moment. Have I tried Miles Aria? I haven't, but I've definitely lost to it twice with the stupid who's the Colossus guy, Colossus of Akros. Yeah, let's find out what those last two cards are. If they are a fog, it will be embarrassing. Geode Ranger might be a fun one in this deck. Gotta look that one up. Destructive Revelry. Oh, yep, 2 damage that permanent's controller. On the Mana Crypt, there's the Conspire. Bummer. Oh, that's disappointing. At least they let us, like, show the thing. We kind of got a feel of what the deck can do. Greenbelt Rampager and Wild Pair. Pretty crazy. GG. Double Battle Cry is sweet. Having 2 attacks with Hero Blade Hold is really good. I lost the chat window. There it is. Okay, I found the chat window again. Q Jimmy Wong moment losing to Bear Force 1. I don't think I saw that episode, actually. Down we go. We are watching a mainly Boros streamer. We don't do math, we attack or we die. Yeah. That's pretty much the motto for this channel. Oh, keep watching the game. Poison said, I told you we're going to die. It's okay. There's only another game. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Probably won't have time for another one tonight, but we can finish up this one. No, not going to have time for a second one tonight. It was a fun game, though. This is a sweet deck. I want to do a full video for this deck. We'll see if I find time for that, but it's really cool. There's definitely some interactions that I overlooked. And it was good having EK in the chat with us to kind of explain them to me. Because I would have never noticed the Greenbelt Rampager thing. Am I streaming this weekend? Probably not. I need to get some filming done. I don't really have any like thing filmed for next week, so usually I try to have like Monday and Tuesdays videos done over the weekend, so that'll be the next thing I'm working on. That I've got some other stuff that I'm working on too. I'm going to be starting a podcast again. I believe it's going to be called the Commander Replay Podcast. I haven't figured out anything better than that yet, but what I want to do is I want to have like rotating guests, and you know, I've been talking to some people that are interested in doing it, and we've got some fun topics lined up, so planning to film that this weekend. I know I'm filming with Commander 99 this weekend as well, so just a lot of filming. No streaming specifically. Unfortunately, you can only do one at a time. But should have some cool stuff for next week. Have I tried Kestia in the past? No, I haven't. I've never played Kestia. I think I've seen it a few times though. Which one's that? Is that the bat one? Kestia. Of all the commanders in that precon, that's the one that I've seen the least. I've seen the Planeswalker one, and I've seen the other one more. I can't think of who the other one is now. I am not at liberty to say any of the topics of the podcast at this time. It's probably not a big deal, but I like to hold on to things a little bit. Be a nice little surprise for you guys. Zach is the king of mob rule. You'll see me talking about mob rule a lot in videos, and that's because like last summer when I was doing a lot of the webcam games with people, Zach would just school me over and over again with mob rule, and I'm like, this card's really good. So that's where I picked up the mob rule trick, and yeah, it looks like he's probably going to take this one down with all these tokens that are now attacking everyone. So, you know, we softened him up for him. Who else is excited to try it out? Carter. Which one's that? I gotta look that one up. The names haven't sunk in yet. Like I've looked at all the cards, but you gotta play with them a few times to get the names. Oh, that's the black-red guy. Yeah, he's pretty cool. Whenever an attacking creature dies, each opponent loses 1 life, and you gain 1 life. Should be a fun little deck. Enters the battlefield until your next turn. Creatures your opponents control attack each combat if able, and players other than you, so essentially goad. Yeah, that'll be a fun little make everyone attack each other kind of deck. Try out the 4/3 Angel with Boast. Oh, which one's that? I gotta look that one. Oh, that's the one that kills creatures. Yeah. That looks promising. I've been looking at that for a deck. I've got a deck tech video I was working on. That was supposed to come out yesterday or today or one of these days, and then I kind of got sidetracked with some other things, and then the audio got messed up, so now I have to record it again. All kinds of fun stuff. The life of a content creator. But yeah, I'll have a deck tech coming out, and I do talk about that one just a teeny bit in that video. Is the game over? Oh, the game's over. Yeah, they can have the vote. There we go. So I'm going to wrap it up there. Thank you guys for joining. If you enjoyed the stream, be sure to like and subscribe. Make sure you ring the bell notification to get notifications for new videos and new streams. Like I said, just gonna probably no streaming over the weekend. Just gonna be doing some filming. Got some cool stuff lined up for next week. Gonna be bringing the podcast back. Got a couple things for Kaldheim I'm working on. But yeah, this was a super sweet deck. Thanks to EK for letting me play this, and we'll probably bring this one back at some point in the future because, like I said, I really love the theme for this deck. It's a lot of fun to play. So until next time, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all have a good night.